Welcome to the slideshow about the Notorious Doc's portrait in scrap metal. Jojo Gilbert is a famous scrap metal artist. These are my two favorite pictures of him, and you can Google him and find him all over the web. This is the best photo I could find of the exhibit in front of the restaurant called Therapy in downtown Las Vegas. Unfortunately, the reviewer didn't like the restaurant and didn't like the art, but I've been there twice and I loved it. And I saw these exact same pieces at JoJo's studio last year. These photos were taken by the Notorious Doc himself and posted on his Facebook account. And they're quite good. The Notorious Doc and I, unfortunately, purchased Unit 2202 in May 2016, and I sold it just a few months ago. This is the Ogden, and he destroyed the carpet and the walls. It cost me $4,000 to restore it just so I could sell it. But if you go out one exit, you pretty much are right on top of the Therapy restaurant. I couldn't find an image of the check for the portrait itself, but Jojo assured me that it was $5,000. But this is the check for the base, just to show you it did cost $5,000. The base took a little bit longer, but here are pictures of the portrait itself in various poses in the Ogden condo. And here is the portrait on its base at night. And I gotta give it to Harry. As much as I despise the man, he knew how to take a decent photo. And here's a little bit of the backstory. He was telling somebody online about how he had met JoJo and how they had gone out carousing and dancing. When he called me up, he said that he met this incredible artist and he was having his portrait made called The Dancing Doctor. Harry was obsessed with exotic art. He wanted to get in with Tony Hsieh's art scene and Zappo's crowd. So, one, he was living in the Ogden, and two, he went around all over town buying exotic art. So here's the statue in the window. There's the statue at night next to some other pieces that he purchased. So, take a look. I know there's a picture of JoJo carrying the statue, but I can't find it. But I did find these. One was on JoJo's site and was one on Harry's Facebook site. So the statue did the rounds of the bars before going up to the Ogden. Well, thanks to the way Harry behaved at the Ogden, when I finally got the demand letter for $2,800 for fines that he refused to pay, I flipped out, threatened him with divorce, and told him he had to get out. So he went over to Salon Apartment Homes, which he also totally trashed, and that's where he died on West Post Road on November 8th, 2021, leaving behind the scrap metal sculpture and base that we had to figure out what to do with. And I'm just going to flat out read this. If you are interested in acquiring this piece, it is in 2 parts. Please contact me or reach out to Jojo Gilbert himself. I'd like to recoup the cost. I cannot find a copy of the check for the portrait, but Jojo told me it was $5,000 and the base, as you can see in the previous slides, cost $5,000. I welcome all offers, reasonable ones. This is a unique portrait of the Notorious Doc. JoJo rarely sells pieces he's created. He only sells works he has been commissioned to create, and this is one of them.